What your Mass Effect choices say about you. You killed Rex on Vermeer. He asked you to listen, and you responded with a bullet. I had no choice. No, you just didn't have enough points in basic communication. You picked Ashley to do it like the coward you are, then acted all shocked when she went full anti-alien later. You got scared when someone challenged you and you solved it with murder. There was a better outcome, you just weren't willing to earn it. The fact that you're okay with it tells me everything I need to know about you. You saved Rex. You're emotionally attached to a space dinosaur with anger issues. This wasn't about strategy. This was about not losing the only person who grunts when he approves of your choices. You let him live and now you pretend he's your bestie, despite him calling you out at every opportunity. But hey, I guess that's what real friends do. You sacrificed Ashley on Vermeer. You saw the space racist with an assault rifle and you thought, let's turn her into a cloud. She gave her life for the cause, and you gave her a nickname, Ash. She gave her life for you, and you still talk shit about her in every Reddit thread. You didn't choose Caden, you just wanted Ashley to stop talking. You weren't being progressive, you were being petty. You sacrificed Caden. You dumped a loyal, reliable biotic because the sniper chick had better cheekbones. He opened up to you, and you responded by giving him a death sentence. You traded a calm, competent war hero for a walking culture war. You didn't kill Caden, you ghosted him with a nuke. He died like he lived, quietly, and you haven't thought about him since. You saved the Arachni Queen. You listened to an ancient, mind-controlling insect, and you thought, she seems sincere. Every word she said sounded like a horror movie soundtrack, and you were still like, she's just scared. You weren't being merciful, you were being manipulated. You didn't save her, you gambled the galaxy on bad poetry. You're the kind of person who brings home a wild animal and calls it hope. You're not diplomatic. You're terminally optimistic with a messiah complex. You killed the Arachni Queen. She said, I can help. You said, too bad. You didn't even hesitate, did you? One wrong vibe and boom, extinct again. Starship Troopers is probably your favorite movie. It's just an observation. You weren't being cautious, you were being vindictive. You think forgiveness is for suckers, and you crush flowers when you walk. That wasn't mercy, that was cold-blooded pest control. You let Balak escape. You let a terrorist walk because making the hard choice makes your stomach turn. He threatened innocent people and you said, let's negotiate. You watched him walk away and you pretended it was noble. It wasn't. He shows up again later and you act surprised like this wasn't your fault. You killed Balak. You took one look at a creature with 8 nose holes and you thought, let's give him a 9th. He surrendered, and you said, that's cute. You let a man die for his crimes, but you made sure everybody else paid for it first. You saved the council. They ignored your warnings, insulted your team, and you still risked everything for them. Clown, you didn't save the council. You sacrificed credibility for clout. You call it diplomacy. It was just people-pleasing with bigger consequences. I want the aliens to like me. Yeah, well, congrats, they still don't. You're the kind of person who would thank someone for yelling at you if it meant that they'd stop. You thought saving the council would unite the galaxy. How'd that go? You let the council die. Ooh, edgy. You let them burn just so you could say, told you so. You weren't being tactical, you were being petty with air support. You didn't make a call, you settled a grudge. The Reapers were coming, and you decided to start with a genocide. You psycho. You chose Anderson as counselor. You gave a man who hates bureaucracy a full-time job. What an asshole! He didn't want the role, but you made it his problem. Damn, you're such a dick. You picked Anderson because he believes in you, and you needed that more than results. You chose Udina as counselor. He's a pragmatist. Yeah, and you are a doormat for picking him. You were shocked when he betrayed you in ME3. Why? Your taste in leadership has access to golf course. You trusted Udina. That's it. That's the entire roast.